Lɛaked petition. Is Chief Justice in communication with Minority Caucus? Eduji Tamaklu asks. Eduji Tamaklu ena kasai eye NPA for womusiu. Obisa say enya bia Chief Justice ni minority womu kasana. Obiwe bisa say why this question? The reason for this question is a friend said Chief Justice received petition from President Mahama. How did the minority got it? And I want just say petition na buy na Chief Justice receive so I petition my President Mahama na President Mahama for the man. And the sa petition no minority then na omunsa kan na omuka ho asem side the court. And Eduji Tamaklu bisa say enya bia omuni minority Chief Justice ne minority di nkoma na because mun kasa back door mu ye then enya petition no ko kan asem. I'm not talking about the rumors of removing Chief Justice, the petition itself minority ni jina so di asem no court no sa petition no and I make am asem. Yenti Eduji Tamaklu analysis on this.
Article 146, the details of the petition is supposed to be
with foreign missions in the country.
So that's Jordan. Hold on, because this, by the process and details of Article 146, the details of the petition is supposed to be income right, secret. We shouldn't know. The reference is made of the allegation.
My learned senior says we are told. Now, when the president had the benefit of the petition and the Chief Justice wrote the request, the president, in honoring the request, sealed the petition before giving it to her. Who informed the minority of the details? If her ladyship, the Chief Justice, in communication with the minority, because at this point, the petition is between the president and the Chief Justice. And in fact, for the president to guide the integrity of the process, he sealed, he marked the petition. I've heard one other journalist on Metro refer to what they claim to be the content of the petition. Who leaked to them?
That is if it the details.
No, but this one he phrases that we are told.
Yes. Who told?
And listen to him carefully.
No, I just played that.
Who told him these contents? But you see, how come that he, John Darko, his own colleague, Afenyo Markin, Frank Anodompre, brought a petition for the removal of Loretta Lamke. President Mahama didn't say it was an MPP MP against my appointee. He received the petition, actioned it, he found merit, and dismissed his own appointee. How come that today, Anodompre and his minority do not have confidence that President Mahama would do same thing he did to Loretta, affording her the opportunity to defend herself? Where is the fear? Where is the panic? You see, the stand of the minority relative to this broader national issue actually betrays a certain thing. It is extremely revealing. What is it? In all these constitutional arrangements, there's only one person under Article 146 to perform that role of receiving a petition. It is not Professor Ranford Jampo. It is not my learned friend here or this big man, not even me. Only president. The president. Who is the president of Ghana? Possibly the petitioner should have addressed it to the MPP minority
before
and given it to Afenyo Markin so that Afenyo Markin can consult the Council of State in this process. Malene Senior, you were called to the bar before me, and I've always been inspired by your legal work. What exactly is the complaint against John Mahama? My senior John Daku, what exactly is the complaint against President Mahama? Now, when you assume the position of now deciding that a petition is frivolous, are you not usurping the powers of President Mahama and the Council of State? Lawyer Daku, it is rather your conduct that is unconstitutional. It is rather your conduct that is unbecoming of a lawyer. President Mahama so far has only conducted himself within the confines of the law. Akufo-Addo did it. The three commissioners of the Electoral Commission were all removed through that process. President Mahama has not invented a new rule. He's just basically holding fidelity to the 1992 Constitution. I think at this point, the minority must stay away and allow President Mahama to perform his constitutional responsibility. If there's any merit, and I've always said, thankfully, the Council of State has a retired Chief Justice on that committee. Her guidance, and in fact, thankfully, she even is in a very interesting situation. You know why?
Relationship.
No, Charlotte says prima facie determination was made by who?
By her.
By her. So if there's anybody that has that experience, she'll bring that experience to bear. What did she see? In fact, if she's somebody who could make, yes, if she could make a prima facie determination for the removal of Charlotte on her own, or even that one on her own, because remember that the process is different. If it comes to the Chief Justice, it's a different rule. But for other Superior Court judges, it's the Chief Justice that makes that.
And the Abusia way, Eduji Tamakulu. You see the analysis? Chief Justice, you are on your own. Mose Tokuno nya political. Mose Tokuno is not doing work for MPP. Na yede na enemum MPP ne fight ama Tokuno. You see, ya kachira Mose, there is time for everything. There is time for Tokuno. Na se obi be fight ama Tokuno, enye Tokuno no na be pen lawyers assume government no for that. Other na MPP for na Kwama Tokuno. So you see that some accusations are now where MPP for to say each and every time they are using the judiciary. One say I no pray because the Tokuno nya partisan not only for my interest. Why do you defend Tokuno by sending your MPs to go and sue Tokuno and then Godfrey Dami? And only Mr. Vincent Tafu MP or Munedi as a legal court. Godfrey Dami was the gas and catch president say holding on. Yakase Tokuno a partisan Chief Justice Amunti Asie. Nanka MPP never fight Yama Tokuno. Tokuno ni lawyers. Tokuno ni omo meka samano. MPP. This is where we are. The Eduji Tamakulu bisa say petition na Mahama forward my Chief Justice no. MPs ni then nyai. They talk behind the bars.